Hello everybody, welcome to another video. My name is Infiniti and I am the face and the voice behind all the content under Infiniti Crafting Co. Happy New Year! I'm back. So if you guys don't know, every winter and every summer I take like a month or so off to recuperate from school and other stuff, and also the whole YouTube thing. I just take time to recoup. It's like a little vacation for me. And so now I am breaking officially my winter hiatus. I will begin uploading again on Sunday, January 17th. If I look down on occasion, I have a lot of notes. I write notes, but I don't write scripts for these channel chats. I digress often, so I have to kind of keep myself on a train here. I have a lot of stuff to say, but first I want to welcome all the new faces. Look, over my winter hiatus, my subscriber count kind of exploded. I'm up like 500 people. So I wanted to say a big welcome and thank you for subscribing to those brand new faces who decided to join the channel. I was just like looking through my analytics the other day and I was like, oh my god, where did you all come from? And I think I get that shock every time I look at my analytics because I don't particularly look at them every single day. So I do have a little element of surprise by the time I do come around and look at them. So I was pleasantly surprised to see all the new people. So thanks for joining in, and I hope you continue to enjoy the content. I have a lot of stuff in store for this year, a lot of new and big developments for Infiniti Crafting Co. So I'm glad you guys are here to tag along for that. Yeah, so like I said, the upload schedule is resuming on the 17th, which is Sunday. So that'll be a crochet tutorial. There's a lot of stuff going on with the upload schedule. So I'm planning a back to basics type of series. I kind of want to blend it in with my upload schedule. It kind of helps hash out some content. It also lets me redo some content from when I first started my YouTube channel, and those videos probably weren't the best, but you know. Anyway, redoing some of that and just kind of recapping on things. So every so often there will be a really back to basic type video. I think the first one is like chaining and creating the slip knot and then stuff like that to go on throughout the semester. I have a busy semester this year. Last semester I took 5 classes, which was cool, you know, I did it. But then, you know, I don't know if I was delusional, but I decided to take 7 this semester, and I just need prayer, so keep me in your prayers. They're starting up also next week. Most of them, 2 of them started this week, so I've been working on those, as well as the content that I'm uploading for this season of crochet stuff. That'll go all the way through till the end of May, and then you guys who've been here for a while know that I go back on hiatus in June to do all the video stuff and work on inventory and things like that. So that's exciting news. Tunisian Tuesdays. I'm kind of running out of ideas for Tunisian crochet tutorials. Like, I keep trying to research and do a little experimentation with things. So I'm thinking that this season of Tunisian crochet tutorials might be a little more scarce. As I come up with more video ideas or get more recommendations and play with them more, then I'll do those videos, but I don't know that I'll have enough content to do Tunisian Tuesdays every single week. Over on Instagram, I've been bringing them back to the forefront, like some of my older Tunisian crochet videos that I did in 2019. Wait, no. I started Tunisian Tuesdays in 2020. So some of the older Tunisian crochet tutorials I've been bringing back to the forefront over on Instagram. So people are getting to see those and kind of just refreshing that whole ordeal. But yeah, so if you have ideas for Tunisian crochet stitches or perhaps projects, no huge promises on the projects, but I will do my best to experiment with them and do videos on them, techniques, you name it. So yeah. Feel free to use the comment section. I don't mind questions. Sometimes it takes me a little while to get to it, again, because I am so inundated with stuff, and sometimes I feel bad it takes me so long. Speaking of which, I was over on Rumble. I'm also on Rumble. I had a community member to ask me about designing a shrug, which I am working on. It's one of my whips over here. I started knitting it with this color. I love using this color for tutorials, this green, because it shows up really well on my camera without having to manipulate the lighting too much or anything. But I thought it'd be a really good idea to make a shrug out of this color, so I started it and I ran out of yarn, so I had to order more yarn, which is in one of these boxes back here, which I'll do a unboxing in another video because I talk a lot. So yeah, I appreciate all the support and the patience throughout last fall. It was an adjustment period. I was transferring to a new school and just really trying to get back into the mode of doing school and then working so much, quote unquote. So it was really interesting to try to balance. And of course, you guys who've been here for a while know that some of those weeks it was just like, no, I quit. And I didn't upload anything. So I appreciate you guys sticking around throughout all that mess. Hopefully this semester will be a little smoother, and then into summer, you know, I'll have my life together a little bit more. I keep saying that, but I don't know. Yeah, so for you guys who haven't been here as long, I am an art education major. I went to community college for like 3 years getting that, and then I just recently transferred after a year off, quote unquote, but not really off. Transferred into a new school, and I'm still pursuing art education, more so art, and then like certified to teach. So that's a cool thing. Working on it steadily. I'm in my second semester over at university, and I'm really enjoying it. I've noticed, unlike a lot of my peers, I thrive a lot in online courses. It shows you how introverted I am as a person. But anyway, I really enjoy the online formats, and I know in the past I was kind of preferring those. And now I kind of miss doing the art courses. Like, I think, like I said, back in August in one of my Vlogmas videos, I draw my inspiration from just like encounters in my day-to-day living and nature and all that. And so obviously with having less of that, I've been less inspired. So I haven't actually done any painting since June. Last June, I think. Maybe into July I was finishing something off. But yeah, so I have projects I want to get to with that. I wanted to do recordings over hiatus for Artsy Saturdays because that was something that was requested, and I was like kind of thinking about it. I'm like, now should I actually put that back on this channel, or should I create a separate channel for that? And then I wrote the idea down. I have an idea journal. That's why I have this 3-subject notebook. I wrote it down. I'll consider it. I don't want to overload myself. I know I tend to like go hard or go home with my projects. So, you know, I tend to wear myself down a little bit, and I want to avoid that this year. But I do want to start back doing Artsy Saturdays. Another fun thing, I'm taking public speaking. I took oral communication, but, you know, college kind of. Anyway, I have to take public speaking, and I was like, oh, great. Like, as much as I enjoy getting on camera for YouTube, I don't know how much I'll enjoy it getting on camera for a grade, because there's a lot of stuff I can get away with doing YouTube, you know, and talking on camera, whereas in a class, oh, they're criticizing everything. And the funny thing about not being in in-person classes is the fact that you read these syllabus and you get kind of intimidated by these professors a little bit, at least me. And so, like, after reading this syllabus, I'm like, I feel like I've been judged, and I haven't even done a video yet, but it's gonna be okay, I think. Again, pray for me. But that should be interesting. So I'm looking forward to learning new stuff in that class and basically trying to implement it into the practices that I do for my YouTube videos, and just, I don't know. Even though I don't do channel chats particularly often, I would still like to kind of improve on that as I go along. So that's cool. I have another point here somewhere. So, more into hiatus. You guys have been off for about a month, even though it didn't really seem like it. I've been like answering questions back and forth across the different platforms during that time, but I haven't uploaded craft content since, was that the week of December 2nd? Something like that. It's been over a month, almost a month and a half, sorry. But I have been crafting my butt off. I have been crafting a lot. A lot of you guys probably follow me back on Instagram. All the things that I posted over hiatus, that wasn't even the tip of the iceberg. And then I've been reshooting some things, like older inventory that I have, and really working on blankets. And for the ones that I don't have next to me, I'll be probably popping up pictures on the sides here. But I've been making a lot of things. This one I just finished last night. Well, finish is an exaggeration. But I finished this one. I still have to weave in all my ends and sew on my tags. but I really enjoy this colorway. And initially I bought 4 skeins of this to, I think, make airway shawls. But as I was crocheting up all my odd colors, I was like, oh, that would be cool. I have enough of that to do another corner to corner blanket. So I made another corner to corner blanket. I've been enjoying those lately. So fun thing, you guys are seeing this one before it posts on social media, because I schedule all my content pretty much for the most part. So I gotta weave in those ends. Don't fall. I'm looking forward to taking pictures of that. I've been working on hats, on my centro. Like this one. I have a few other colorways. Like I said, I'll be popping up pictures on the sides here because I don't have all my inventory. I totally reorganized my inventory and updated my inventory lists. So now the shelf that I use on the other side, usually when I record videos, I'm sitting at my craft table and talking. I have an additional shelf that looks like my yarn shelf on the other side, and I had all my shipping supplies there. And I'm like, while I'm not using those supplies, I could probably use all the extra space because I was running out of space and all the boxes and stuff over on the desk. So I essentially just organized all my inventory, and I come to realize that I made a lot of stuff in 2020, like more than I realized. So that was something really cool to realize. And fortunately for me, I have photographed most of this stuff and have placed it on my website. So that's another thing that I've been working on over hiatus, was my website. And so I was also promoting in conjunction with that my email list that I created before I went on hiatus last year. And I am happy that I'm up to like 17 people. That's really cool. So I've been sending out emails here and there, like bi-weekly pretty much, just letting them know about updates and blog posts, things that I've made, planned patterns, things like that. And it's basically my way to keep in touch with my community, because the world is weird and so is social media. So like that's my way that I can make sure that I can connect with you guys. So I'm glad that that list is growing. People are considering themselves super fans and wanting to sign up, which is really great. As I said before, when you sign up, you get one of my patterns, one of my written patterns. This month, I believe I have my Helter Skelter cap knitted pattern up, and that is my freebie for my email list. So yeah, and so that's cool. That's cool. I will be also sending out an email in a few weeks announcing my website when I launch it. So if you are interested in that, the link to that is in my description box below, along with all the other social media that I am on. What else? But yeah, one of the recent emails I sent out was just basically asking for feedback on the website. I haven't got anything back yet, so I suppose it's all good, you know. But at the same time, I'm cool. I've been working on this for 2 years, so if people think it's great, I'm happy about that. So again, I'm aiming for mid-February for launch on my website, which I'm excited for. I've been hyped about it. I've been talking about it since last year, and I thought about it and just made the decision. I'm like, yeah, okay, mid-February, which is going to be cool. I'm going to do a whole video about that and put it up, and it's going to be great. So at this point of the video, I intended to show off all my whips and works in progress, but I'm pretty sure I, at this point, have popped up a bunch of them at this point, and then I've showed off the ones that I have pretty much. I'm still working on my dress. So I started this dress probably back in July or August last year. I'm using Kai baby yarn, which is now discontinued. Thanks, Michaels. It's now discontinued, unfortunately. So this has made this project even more fun to work on, because it's just the idea like nobody's ever going to have this just because of the yarn. So it's kind of the same deal with my Joseph sweater that I made 2 years ago. Nobody else will ever have that exact same sweater because the yarn that I used is now discontinued. So that's great. And I mean, it kind of sucks because it's like some of the best yarns and yarn colorways that get discontinued, and it's just like, who voted for this? But okay, I was playing yarn chicken with it, but I decided before I connected my next skein that I would show it off. This thing has been a long work in progress, and when I first made it, when I first started it, and I did the zipper on the back, the section for the zipper on the back, it was a little bit shorter. So when I first started working on it, you guys probably can't see the zipper, but there's this enormous hole here. So The fabric actually stretched about this much, so I'm going to have to go back at some point and sew this closed. But at some point, I think during August last year, I also bought additional zippers, so to compensate for the length that it stretched. So I sewed that on. So if it stretches anymore, at least I can just close that up and not be bothered with it. But at this point, it just comes just below my kneecaps, the skirt does. So what I'm gonna do, I need 25 inches, and the last time I measured it, I was at like 14 and a half. I might be at like 15 or 16 inches now. I've been working on this project very slowly, in lieu of other things. So I'm looking forward to sitting back and working on this as I work on all my classwork. Oh, classwork. Anyway, this is going to be fun, and I look forward to finishing it, and I want to do a whole photo shoot thing, and we'll see how that works out this year. I keep wanting to say next year, but I realize that that's just a January thing that I deal with every year. It's like, oh yeah, next year, wait, we are in next year, so yeah. Anyway, I'm going to finish this dress in 2021. That is most definite. So yeah, after I get done with this video, I am going to connect my other skein of yarn and get to knitting. Like I said, I need about 10-ish or 11-ish more inches of it, so we'll see how long that takes, and then I have to do the sleeves and all that, so that's going to be fun. I want to talk a little bit more about this shrug that I'm doing. So I'm like, you know, what was it, 2019? 2019. I did a knit along for that kimono that I made. I call it a kimono because the sleeves are weird on it, and it's like, I don't know, it's like a huge cocoon for me. So anyway, I did a knit along for that, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of a shrug pattern, but at the same, and I posted that one on Rumble, but I don't know, I wanted to do something different because me being me, I like to design things. Smart me. Anyway, so I'm going to do like just a plain knitted stockinette type tutorial, but I will make the pattern that I'm using for this available on my blog whenever it launches. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully mid-February. But here I'm just combining the Andalusian stitch and cables, and I found out something interesting about cables, which reminds me that I knitted a whole blanket using knitted cables, and I'm just like, yay! So, like, I didn't like how mine looked in the past, and now I realize why they looked that way, so I'm excited about being able to knit cables and make them look right now. But yeah, I'm excited about this. This is going to be cool. And that tutorial, I don't think that's slated until March, but it's supposed to be a garden shrug, so I suppose that would kind of fit the time period. So I'm looking forward to releasing that project pattern tutorial thing. I feel like my camera's crooked. It probably is. So if you've been keeping up with the blog while I've been down, I said I was going to start a podcast this year called Hey Crafterpreneur, and today is January 14th, so it just launched. I actually launched it or opened it up for sale a little bit after midnight, and then I also have it on SoundCloud for free, so you can check out either of those platforms. Like I said, all my stuff is linked in my description box, but it's just going to follow my little day-to-day adventures, adventures of me working up my brand and trying to start my little craft business, and I think it'll be a fun thing to do. So I'm looking forward to doing that podcast for as long as it's gonna last. I don't know how long it's gonna last. I'm just gonna keep making episodes. I'm thinking twice a month because I don't want to overwhelm myself, but something like that. And so I'm looking forward to doing that, and I may eventually put it on YouTube. I haven't quite decided on that yet, but anyway, it's out there now, so if you want to check it out, you can check it out. In my description box is my digital business card, the iWhitley.card.co. That's my digital business card, and that is where I list all my social media and eventually my website, so you can find me pretty much anywhere over there. Also, over on my blog, I talked about how I have a lot of positive plans for Infiniti Crafting Co. this year. Sorry, I'm talking with my hands, but I have a lot of positive things that I want to do. First and foremost being my website. Again, mid-February, keep your eye out for that. I'm excited about that the most. I also want to try to establish this year, but that's something totally different, and I'll probably talk about that later this year as I make a decision on that. I have a whole list of goals. I want to write more blogs and just be more, I'm trying to say, more active with it. I don't know. I'm pretty active with my brand, but I want to be more active in it and just, you know, kind of promote it more and truly be out there with my brand. So anyway, I'm looking forward to doing all that. You can read that whole list of 2021 goals over there on my coffee blog for the time being. And I think I'm going to end this channel chat. I almost called it podcast, but I guess it is a podcast for YouTube. I'm going to end this channel chat for today. This is channel chat 78, which is crazy. But anyway, I'm looking forward to creating a whole bunch of other stuff with you guys this year. And until the next one, happy making.